What's going on, people? It's Mr. back again, and thank God, international duty is done. Um, how's everyone feeling? I thought, yeah, remember last week I did a part one of All Talk Forest. Like, how are you feeling about being a Forest fan? Do you think Forest will make playoffs? Blah blah blah. And you know what? I thought I'd do a part two. It's not Des this time. We got the mighty Lee. How you doing, Lee?
I'm good, mate. I'm glad international's over. I didn't even bother watching England yesterday. I was too busy working. I heard it was a bore. It was a bore game. So
Mr. Bet,
I,
I was on Brennan Johnson watch. I was. I didn't really watch England. I was on Brennan Johnson watch.
I
But
seen his setup for the goal.
yeah.
I seen that.
Uh, well, but like I said, people, like I said, if no one knows, this is Lee. He's got a business as well. Lee, do a quick chat about your business before we start.
It's Golden Gloves Kickboxing. I think you've put the link down the bottom somewhere. If people want to go and check out the website, if they're interested in coming along for a lesson, email me or ring the number that's on here. Feel free. More than welcome to come along from sort of 4 upwards. Adults, kids, more than welcome. All over Nottingham, Loughborough. Yeah.
So, like I said, people, if you get in contact with Lee, and his link is well in the description as well, so people, like I said, go to support. If you like, if like you're from Nottingham, please support, because like I said, Lee's got business, and as everyone knows, whoever comes in has got business. I like to promote the company. Right, before I say go out as well, I've got a special event as well. We're nearly there. Kevin Campbell event. We're nearly there, people. If you want a ticket, please, the link is below. It's going to be a fantastic event. Kevin Campbell's not been to Forest for since 97, 98, and it's going to be a fantastic event. Myself, Lee are going as well.
Okay. Yeah.
There's what people, and like I said, it's going to be a fantastic event. The link is below. Please go and get your ticket. It's for two charities as well. It's Lisa Fox and Des. It's their charities as well. And like I said, the link is below. People, please go on support the event as well. People, if you can't come to the event, there's going to be a virtual event as well. That people who can't. So we'll put the link as well. It's going to be people. It's not going to be live. It's going to be people that is paid for it. So that's what I want to put out there. If you pay for a virtual ticket, it's going to be a private event on this channel. So, like I said, I want everyone to watch. So, if you can, people, I will put the virtual tickets on as well. So, if you can't visit, please watch on my channel as well. It's going to be the first time as well, and it's another good moment for my DoreOnTour channel. I said, if you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. And like the topic today is, like I said, there's 10 games to go, and as a Forest fan, and you as well, Forest fans, it's a special time right now. It's big games, 10 cup finals as well, and as well, last event I had, people were calling in. So if you want to call in, the link is below up the top. If you can, call in and we'll talk about Forest. But before we get our guests on, Lee, let me get your verdict on Forest. Like 10 games to go. What's your opinion on everything so far?
So far, so good, isn't it? For me, like Cooper's done a fantastic job. As you know, you used to call me Mr. Negative. But
I did.
I'm not blaming me for being negative. I'm blaming Chris Hughton. He was enough to make anyone negative. Even the most optimistic person you'll ever meet would have been negative with Chris Hughton's influence. So, but moving forward, Super Cooper, we're going to do it, mate. It's in our hands now for me to get in the playoffs. I think there's no one in there we can't beat. Even Borough. I know we've lost to them twice, but I think we can beat them. And I think everyone's going to fear us. Whoever's in there is not going to want to play us. And as I say, it's in our hands, but I think we'll make it. And starting with a win this weekend at Blackpool, it's going to happen.
So Lee thinks, like I said, we can do it. So people in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Forest can make it? I put a poll as well, people, in the link as well. Can Forest get top two? Can they make playoffs? Put in the comments.
For me, I think that's too far, though. For me, because I think
there's still a long way to go, Lee. There's still a long way to go. There's 10 games.
Bournemouth, their form's a bit iffy, but I just think with the points advantage, the game's in hand, same as us, I think it's too much of an ask. I'm happy with the playoffs. Think about where we was under Hughton. Like, playoffs is good enough for me.
Right, before I get my guests on, like I said, people, put in the comment below, what do you think of Forest? Do you think it can make the playoffs? Can make the top two? Easy shout. I said, people, if you want to come and join in, like I said, it'll be our show. Come in, 5 minutes. I'll give you the topics, leave it as well. So as well, people, come on the show. Don't be shy. This will be an occurrence. Like I said, the first one was successful. This one as well. So people will just come on and talk about Forest. Right. First, we're going to bring on someone who's way far. He contacted me last week and he said he enjoyed the show. And he said, can I come on, Ben? Why not? People can call on this channel. I'm not. You can be black, white, anything. Come on my show. Anyone can come on my show. There's no term. So right, I'm gonna bring in Josh. He's from New Zealand. So here's Josh now.
What up?
How you doing, Josh?
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks. How you going?
I'm not too bad. How is it New Zealand?
It's all good. It's all right. It's just getting colder now. You guys are stealing the sun from us.
Well, so people know Josh. He's from New Zealand. He messaged me last week and said, "Can I come on the show?" And yeah, of course you can come on. And Josh, before we do, how long have you been supporting Forest? And just tell about your passion about being a Forest fan.
Yeah, no, good start. So I'm actually originally from Nottingham. I was born and lived out in Bingham. I moved out here back in 2002, and I went to my first game probably in '99 as a kid, and then obviously got flown over here to New Zealand in 2002, and it's been pretty hard to support Forest. Obviously, as technology wasn't really kind of good back then, you couldn't really stream the games. You don't have the television rights over here in New Zealand as well. So I've been supporting them, as long as I possibly can. Obviously, with not being able to see them, but probably back when Billy Davis was manager, and we had those 2 playoff stints to be able to get to the Premier League. You know what I mean? And I was back at school then. I remember I was just starting my first period. And I was just like, oh my God, we're playing against, Swansea and then the whole Blackpool, I don't want to talk about it. So
don't talk about Blackpool. Yeah. Don't talk about Blackpool.
We'll talk about beating them on the Saturday, don't we?
Definitely, yeah. Have full confidence, So I just hope that, we can put all of that bad luck behind us and kind of push on and get up to the league where we belong. So
Josh, we're gonna start. Like I said, we started the bad on the Chris Who turn. Steve Cooper's come in. With your opinion, Steve Cooper's done a great job. What do you think so far?
Yeah, I think he's done an awesome job. I've been trying to tell my mates what it's really like, because they're all about Premier League teams and stuff like that. But how Steve Cooper's come into the team, not been able to bring in new players and change the whole atmosphere. Watching a game where we're expected to win with the quality we got there, but then Chris Hughton's is doing don't want to be rude to him, but a terrible job. And then how Steve Cooper.
Listen, Josh, he said, don't worry, Josh. Lee said worse. It's all right.
I don't care. I'll argue with that guy all day.
Happy days.
Retire or stay in Ghana or wherever he's gone. Just don't come back.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I just started getting excited when we started bringing players in, and they made it, and didn't get into the team straight away, but when they did, get the opportunity, they've really smashed it. Davis has really impressed me. Not really getting a look into Aston Villa, and then comes in here and he's a bloody force, isn't he? So strong as on the ball. I'm excited to see Sam Sturridge as well.
So have you been? So the next question about say, have you been impressed with Davis so far, or what player have you been impressed with since Cooper's come in?
Everyone's Ryan Yates is obviously a fan favorite, so gotta root Ryan.
You gotta root Ryan.
Scott McKenna as well, but I'm actually a real big Graben fan. If you consider his age and what he's seen in his career, he's been every club and back. He's seen how many managers, people go, people come back in and what have you, and he's still managed to bag in the goals. I think he's got 154 appearances with Forest, and he's got about 57 goals or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So for someone to kind of keep smashing the goals, and he's been kind of remotivated, and I don't know what it is, and I wish I could be in Nottingham and come to the City Ground or even some of the away days and just experience it. But it looks electric.
Oh, it's mad. Josh, you need to come. If Forest do make the playoffs, right. You've got to come to London, Wembley. You've got to come.
100%. Well, I've already got a trip planned. I'm actually coming back to the UK in late July, but the season should be finished by then, and I'll be able to get a Forest Premier League shirt, so it should be all right.
Oh, right. So I've asked everyone, and we know the story of Chris Hughton. Like at the start of the season, I've told everyone, where did you think? Where do you thought Forest would finish in the league? And
Well,
where do you think now Forest will finish? I'll give you two things to say.
yeah, I thought we were too good to go down. I thought we might have had the season, where we beat Ipswich on the last day and it was, touch and go. I thought it was going to be that type of season. Too close for comfort, but where we're at now, everyone should be scared to play us. Everyone's playing, pretty much everyone who's, in contention for playoffs and stuff like that, they're all playing each other. With 2 games in hand, obviously we'd like to have the points instead of the games in hand, but I'm so confident. I think we might, get a bad result here and there. You might get a draw or two. But there's 30 points up for grabs. I reckon we can probably get at least like 20, 23 or so at least.
It's in our hands for me, especially with the games in hand. It is. We're right there. It's up to us. Are you skiving work, by the way, Josh?
I'm the manager here, mate. So
So Josh is the manager and come on the channel. I respect that.
So the answer is yes. I'm skiving.
I have no one that works watching, but it is what it is. I called my regional before. I was like, "What time you at the branch, mate?" He's like, 11 o'clock. So okay, we're in the clear.
Oh, loving that, Josh.
There was one thing I did want to say, and actually ask, but the both of you.
Yep.
Because when we come across like Jed Spence, Brendan Johnson, they steal the limelight with can we keep them, all that sort of stuff. But I actually wanted to ask a question about Philip Zinkenagel. The reason why is I didn't really know too much about him. Obviously, I don't think many people did before he joined Forest, but he had 1 goal for Watford when he was in the Championship. Do we keep him if we stay down, if we stay in the Championship, or if we go to the Premier League? Because, in my opinion, he's got talent. He's all right, but he consistently makes like the wrong decision. He might have like the tendency to be a bit greedy at times and make the wrong call or go the wrong way and or square the ball. And when we played Liverpool, there were so many chances where Sam Sturridge square cut across and we could have scored a goal there, but. I don't know. I just wanted to ask you guys what you thought.
Right. Let me take this, and you can take it afterwards, Lee. The thing with Zinkenagel, right? Me personally, and people in the comments, what do you think as well? He's better coming off the bench because he always makes an impact. I'll mention games against Millwall. Was it Millwall when we beat 1-0 away? Yep. And I think it was there's 2 or 3 other games that he's come off the bench. When he starts, he gets a bit lost. And do I want him at Forest next season? I personally think we can get a better player than him. Because I think, I was saying to Lee before we started, I personally think if people like Spence, Gardner, if we didn't go up, I don't think they'll stay with Forest. Because Cooper's got a reputation of making young players really good. I think we'll get I think he'll get 5 good young loan players.
We'll get offers thrown at us, won't we?
We'll get offers thrown at us. So with Zinkenagel, he's good off the bench. What do you think, Lee?
For me, it's a no. And the reason being is similar to what you're saying. For me, he's too hot and cold. He has like 1 good game in 4 or 5 games. The consistency is just not there. And for me, that's the difference of him being a Championship and a Premiership player. Because on his day, he can be unplayable. You saw what it was like against Leicester. But it's too few and far between. He's just too hot and cold. And for the money that you're paying for him, I think we can do better for the money. Not to say he's a bad player, because he's not. He's just not got the consistency.
Would you keep him around for a squad player as well if we do go up? Because he was initially a replacement for Ismail Sarr, wasn't he?
Yeah.
If we went up, we need to be kind of shopping in a higher market for me, higher caliber, especially to stay in the Premiership. If you're in the Championship, then you can get him back on loan again. Then, as you say, to bring off the bench, but you want something a bit more than someone to bring off the bench. You want better than what you've already got, don't you?
Yeah, that's it.
For me, it's a no. It's not that I dislike him. I just don't think he offers enough.
Okay. So people, I said, I'm looking at the comments. We'll read the comments, people. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm not. But so people, That's what I think. I personally think Zignal is the best player coming off the bench. Well, that's my opinion, and as well. Just last but not least, like I said, where do you think Forest? Where you didn't ask the question. Where do you think Forest will finish? Like,
I think there's going to be a lot of teams up in that top 6 that are going to drop a lot of points. I think, personally, I actually don't rate Bournemouth. I think they're quite shaky, and they swerved us, didn't they?
yes, but
So
right time.
I reckon Scott Parker might be a bit worried that if they don't go up net, they don't go up, and that's added pressure. He's going to get the boot. So I also think that's going to be
at the minute they're beatable.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think third if I'm thinking with my head, but man, I think we can go second. Why not?
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. So Josh Spinks from New Zealand as well.
Enough to get out of second, though. I can't.
Bloody hell. So Josh is going for it. You think Josh thinks we're going for second place? People, do you agree? Do you disagree with Josh?
I like it.
And as well, people, if Josh is calling all the way from New Zealand. He's skiving off from work. So people, don't snitch on him. Don't say nothing. Don't snitch on him, because like I said, this is like fantastic. But yeah, Josh, thank you very much for messaging me the other day. And
yeah, no, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and like I said, if Josh, you want to come on again, just message me and you can come on again, mate.
Well, I will. No one understands like the championship. Everyone's like, I support Liverpool, Chelsea, the old top 4. You know what I mean? So I can't really like explain what's happening at our club, because it's amazing what's happening.
Yeah.
So up the Reds. Let's go, boys.
Up the Reds, Josh. And peace and love, Josh. And hopefully I'll see you in England. Oh, Nottingham.
Possibly will. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Peace and love, Josh.
You too, man. Catch up.
Cheers, Josh. Right. So that's Josh from New Zealand. Fantastic. Like I said, scouting off from work. But yeah. Before I get next one on, I'm just reading the comments. Talking about Zignal as well. One fan should believe in Zignal. We're not trying to slate him. We're not slating at all. He's done his fair bit for Forest, but as Lee said, he's not consistent.
He's just too hot and cold, and you need consistency. That's what gets you promoted.
Yeah, let's go. I think that's the same comment as well. Grant Fraser, I think has more impact off the bench. Definitely, yeah. He has, and that's what it is. Like I said, I mentioned the Millwall game. He comes off the bench, and he changed the game. I think there's a few other games as well that he's come off the bench and he's done fantastic for us as well. I'm just looking at the comments. Talking about Gary, shout out to Gary Mount as well. Reports of Garner willing to sell Garner. What chance of it coming to Premier League? I don't think that happens.
It's the money side of things, isn't it?
It's the money side again.
Our issue at the minute.
That's a problem. It's the money side, because, like I said, if we don't go up, we've got to be careful at FFP, because, like I said, we've got players like we've got away with like Jono as well, Brennan Johnson as well.
There'd have to be a lot of clauses, though, wouldn't they? Or paying it over so many years. That's the only way we'd make things like that work, I think. In here.
Right, before I get the next guest on, we'll get Dan on. We'll get Danny on. He's another Forest fan as well. Then we'll get on Max afterwards. Right. People are saying, if you want to call in, please call in. Like I said, we were talking about Forest, and then, like I said, something different as well. Please do hit the like button as well. It makes my channel as well. I'm on 18 so far. If you can get me to 50 likes as well, it would much appreciate it as well. Right, let me get the DJ on. Here's the DJ. Hello, Danny. How you doing? Danny, can you talk here, Danny? I can't hear you, Danny. This is shocking. You meant to be a DJ as well. This is...
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Danny. How you doing, Danny?
Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, so I had an AirPods in. I don't know what's up with them. I was trying earlier and something was wrong with them. So.
Don't worry about it. Danny's been on my channel before. I don't know if no one knows. He's a DJ for Nottingham as well. Danny, before we do talk about Forest, talk about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm just a DJ just around my local area, putting on events and stuff. Flat out at the minute, but hopefully I have to book a Saturday night. I have to go to a Wembley final.
Everyone wants to go to Wembley. Right, Danny. I've told everyone. Steve Cooper. Like I remember, I think. Did you come on when we had Chris Hooton, or was it Steve Cooper? I don't know when you come on.
I come on. It was Chris Hooton. It was in lockdown.
Was it? Oh, it was in lockdown. Right.
Yeah, it was in lockdown.
Was you depressed like me? last season, was we depressed? I don't know if he
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything has changed so far, Dan. Since we spoke and since now, how as a Forest fan, what's it like? Like we're in a great mood, aren't we?
Yeah, amazing. But like you said, these next 10 games will be make or break. You know, if you win 3 or 4 games in the Championship, you can be at the top. If you lose 3 or 4, you know, you're out of it, kind of thing. So you know, and we know what Forest are like when they sort of get to these last few games and playoffs and stuff. You know, but you know, I believe in Cooper. He's brought something different to what we've not seen at Forest before. You know, and he's a fighter. You know, so hopefully this will be the time. But,
what players have you been impressed with? Like I said, there's loads of players. We'll talk about Jono, Yates, Spence. But what player have you been impressed with?
Obviously, Spence is just unreal, like absolutely amazing. But I'd have to pick sort of a homegrown player. So for me, especially recently and especially against Liverpool, I think Wall was absolutely outstanding. Yeah, I do. I think he makes some important tackles, and he's a leader as well. You know, for me, he's club captain all day long. And like the guy said before, I'm a Grabban fan as well. You know, especially at these times as well. You know, playoff final. You know, someone with Grabban's experience, I think, is going to be really, really important.
I remember when he got injured against Cardiff, and everyone was a bit worried about him. Like, we've missed him, but not like, oh, where's Grabban? Because I remember everyone slagged Davis off when we signed him.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying about, oh, why are we signing Sturridge? Why are we signing him? These 2 players have stepped up with Grabban. So when he does come back, he should be back. He meant to be back after the international duty.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah.
But would you start him, Danny, if Grabban comes back?
No, not straight away. Definitely be on the sub. You know, sort of if you're 1-0 down, or if the game is 1-1 and you're looking to go and win the game. But I think looking back at the Hooton days, you had sort of Lyle Taylor, who didn't really kickstart his career at Forest. So if Grabban was injured, you're a bit like, oh, we've not got much up front. But now you've got sort of Davis, you know, who's amazing, and you know, Surridge as well. So you just got so many options. But in terms of like injuries, yeah, I think if Grabban gets injured or a midfielder gets injured, we can deal with that. But when it comes to sort of 4 or 5 injuries, that's when you can be a bit like, right, you know, especially the centre backs. You know, I was so worried against Liverpool when you're having the likes of McKenna, who's also been outstanding. You know, you don't really hear much about McKenna, but he's been absolutely amazing this season. You know, he does stuff that you don't really notice, really, a bit like Yates. But everyone's loving Yates now all of a sudden because he's scoring, isn't he? So
I'm number 1 fan. What are you not a Ryan Yates fan, Danny? Come on, be honest.
Oh, I am. Yeah, definitely.
You sure?
Yeah,
I will look back on the clips, you know, and see if he was right Ryan Yates head to, you know. Don't you can't judge dictionarily, we done.
I wasn't a fan of him under Houghton, but again, I think that's Houghton tactics, in it, passing, you know, left to right rather than forward. You know, you see Yates get forward so much now. You know, and Colback as well. He's another unsung hero, I think. You know, he was sort of out of the team for a few years under Houghton. You know, he's played centre mid and then he's had to fill in at left back, and you know, kept players like Saka in his back pocket. I think he deserves some credit as well.
To be fair, I think the whole mentality has changed since Houghton, and just going back to what you was on about earlier, Danny, just about how we seem to fail at the final hurdle, like we did with Lamouchi and that. I can't see that happening. I just think the mental side of things is a totally different game under Cooper. I can't see him being a man that will let him think that way and think, oh no, the playoffs are in the playoffs. It just doesn't seem like that, and it doesn't feel like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I can't see that happening. I think we're going to get there.
I think our main aim is to get in the playoffs, and I think if we're in the playoffs, I can see us winning it.
Yeah,
getting in it is
consolidate and then win it. I can see us winning it as well. I think
they're
scared of us rather than us being scared of them.
Danny, last but not least, Danny, I said to what was your prediction from the start of the season, and now where do you think Forest will finish the season?
Before the season started, I was hoping sort of for playoffs, and then
Did you?
as we got
Under
8 games
Hooten?
from the start, yeah. But as sort of we got through,
Yeah, we think Danny must have been DJing drinking when he said it.
He had no sleep.
as we got sort of as we got 2 or 3 games in, and it was more like, okay, we're a relegation team, we'll do well to stay up. The second Cooper come in, it was just like, wow, it's just such a turnaround, and it's just such a shame that Cooper wasn't there from the start of the season. I know you can't say that Forest would have done better, but it's obvious that they would probably be fighting for an automatic playoff place right now if Cooper was there from the start, rather than fighting for that 6th, 5th spot. I mean, we could still even get third if we play our cards right, and we get playing well, and we we get 23, 24 points. But yeah, these next 10 games are cup finals, like you say, and I think possibly going out the FA Cup has maybe done us a favour, really, in a way. Right, let's focus on the league now, and we've had our FA Cup fun. Let's get in them playoffs.
100%. Dan, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on the channel. And wait, you didn't say where exactly before you finish. Before you go, where do you think they'll finish? Third? Did you say third?
I think they'll finish 5th.
Okay, so Danny,
I'll take that all day.
I'll take that. I think we'll finish 14th. I'm saying it. I'm sorry. I mean, sarcastically, 14th. Daniel, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on the channel. Daniel was on last season's podcast as well. So, and thank you, like I said, it's been again. But like I said, Danny, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on, Danny.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you, buddy.
Peace and love. Cheers, dude.
Thank you, buddy.
Cheers, dude. All right, so that's Danny. Next, we'll get Max on. Sorry, I'm just going to get the look at the chats. Josh says Grabban hasn't had a good competition for ages. 5 players, first-time places could only be a good thing. 100%. Like I said, I remember we had Grabban. I know Lara Taylor come in. Then we had who's the other one, Lee?
We had Swan for a bit, didn't we? He came as the choice, didn't he? And
then Murray come in that January window.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think now we've got, like I said, we've got Davis.
No panic anymore, is there?
Don't panic. We can rotate, and I think that's what we've missed so much at Forest. And it's a good
strength in depth now. Even like you say with these injuries now, you've got, as much as I'm a bit funny about Fuchs, he's come in and he's done a good job. So we've got him, we've got Mbeso, we've got Panzo, we've got Lareira, we've not seen yet. We've got a bit of strength there.
And Lareira, shout out to all the Canadian fans who qualified the World Cup as well. So shout out to all the Red Dogs in Canada. Right, next one. We've got Max. Max has been on the channel as well, and we'll get his opinion on how Forest is. How you doing, Max?
All right, gents. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm smiling. Can't you tell? I'm smiling. Right, so Max, like I said, I've told everyone. So, what is your opinion about Steve Cooper? He's done a fantastic job for us so far, hasn't he?
I think Steve Cooper's been brilliant, and you know what? I said I'm well, but actually, I was thinking about what we're going to talk about tonight. And you said we're going to talk about our season. I think actually I'm pretty angry. Do you know why I'm angry? Do you know why I'm angry about Forest?
Why?
Because we got docked 21 points at the start of the season by having Chris Hughton in charge. And yet we didn't break financial fair play. We didn't cheat. We didn't sign too many players. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
We've been better than Derby, haven't we? Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And you know what the other thing is? The other thing is, all those managers going all the way back to, I don't know, I can't remember the last time we had a manager that gave a toss about the FA Cup. And all those chances we've had to have great FA Cup runs where we go. I live in Sheffield, and I'm like on Teams calls and in London and things like that. When we beat Arsenal, when we beat Leicester, when we beat Huddersfield, everybody's asking me about Forest. All these people that are Chelsea fans and Man City fans, they're all asking me about Forest. We're on the news. We're on Radio 5 in the morning. We're on Football Focus. And the whole club, the fans, the players, the city, buzzing about the football. Yeah. And all those chances we've had when we've played Chelsea and we've stuck out all the kids and we've not even tried to win the game and we've cheated the fans out of the money for coming to watch us not even try and win games. It's absolutely disgusting. And I disagree with, was it Lee or Josh that said, glad we're out the cup and concentrate on the league. The
that
cup's
would
done
be-
wonders for us this season, and you know what, I think, you know, we could have beat anybody in the cup. We were unlucky to go out to Liverpool. Gave them a really good game, and it's, you know, one of the best atmospheres we've had for ages. My boy, over the last 3 or 4 seasons, I've had to bribe him to come to the football, to come and watch Forest. I've had to bribe him with chips, with sweets, with money, with club merch.
Wow.
After he's been to a few of these FA Cup games, he's going, this is what it's all about. And now he's asking. Now he was really upset when he nearly couldn't come to the Liverpool game because he had COVID, and he recovered on Sunday morning, asking me, can we go to Blackpool? Can we go to an away game? Like that's what Steve Cooper's done, and that's what an FA Cup run's done, as well as like fantastic league form. So it's been brilliant. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
But also I think big up to I can't remember who it was who took charge of the game against Huddersfield after Chris Hughton left.
Reed.
Yeah,
Reed.
like
Reed,
you know, Chris Hughton. Oh, we can't play any other type of football with these
We haven't
players.
got attacking players.
We ain't got the players. We can't. This is the only formation we can play. And like we go away and we spank Huddersfield 3-0
We've
away
not
from
got
home.
the manager. That was the issue.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm angry, but we're in a place now where this is the best football we've seen since like Billy Davis' first full season. And this
Just
is
a
the
nice
biggest.
feeling, isn't it? It's a nice
brilliant.
feeling.
It's
I haven't
absolutely
felt like it for a long time.
Yeah.
definitely.
Mark,
And football's like even when like Karanka was doing all right and Lemushi was doing all right, it wasn't great, was it? You know, it wasn't a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we
Mark,
got used to it, but it wasn't the Forest way. And you know, the amount of times when we've sacked a manager and a new manager's come in and we've done all right for a few games, and we've all stood there going, we've got our Forest back, and then it didn't turn out. This is our Forest. This Steve Cooper football. This is Forest.
Max, before we get in, was that little cheap dig at Derby? If
I would never dig at Derby, but you know, just waiting for that Rooney statue to go up.
Like I said, but people like I've been drinking my drink all day.
24th.
Listen, people, I've been drinking my drink and it's none of my business what's happening down the road. So
Liverpool rivals and Derby. I have no interest in Derby.
Listen, like I said, people, it's none of my business. I'm drinking my drink and it's none of my business. Max, what like I said, I keep saying people like Spence and Johnson, they've been great, but everyone's been fantastic for us this season since Cooper's come in. What player has been stood up for you?
I mean, you know what, Spence is like, I could be all trendy and I could try and like show that I'm like a thinking man's football fan by picking out, you know, Colback or something like that. But Spence is absolutely box office. You know what I mean? He's not bums on seats. He's bums off seats, because every time he's got the ball, you stood up in Trent End.
Yeah.
And he's dancing past players on the inside. He's dancing past players on the right. He's absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, yeah, you know, but I mean, Ryan Yates has been fantastic. You know, I wasn't a hater of Ryan Yates, but I didn't think he was outstanding.
You was a hater, Max. Max, you was a hater. I remember I saw him as Ryan Yates, this, Ryan that, and I thought, you know what, you're not having this. Ryan Yates, if he gets the Premiership, he's coming on here on the next one. Yeah, so you be careful. Don't say anything about Ryan Yates.
Nothing bad against Ryan Yates. He was, you know, when he was at County and they had did they have Tyler Walker? Did they have Walker?
No,
Grant and Yates.
They didn't have Walker. They only had Grant.
Grant was banging in all the goals, wasn't he? But they were saying it's Ryan Yates is the man. Ryan Yates is the player that makes everything tick. And I think that's one of the best things about Cooper is he's improved players. Yeah. And I don't think Lemushi, definitely not Houghton, didn't improve players. And you know, he's improved Worrell, he's improved Ryan Yates. Like the other guy on before said, you know, saying about McKenna. And every time I look at the stats, he's won every single aerial duel, and he's been a proper rock. But like Yates is getting goals. He is that box to box player.
I think he's the most improved player for me this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
By a mile.
Yeah, and if I was Ryan Yates, like, and he's probably been looking at the Twitter and the haters, and that's not me. But now he's in the ground, and people are, you know, he's getting he's one of our own songs, and he's getting the Brian Rice song, and you know, I can't, you know, we can only imagine it as Forest fans who haven't played, who don't play, like how amazing that must be. So I agree. Ryan Yates, most improved player, but you know, I think just Spence is just phenomenal.
He's immense, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Last but not least, Max. I don't know if I told you, Max has been on my channel before, people. So at start of the season, where did you thought Forest will finish, and where do you think Forest will finish now?
Before the season started, because I'm an optimist, I thought we'd finish playoffs.
Under Houghton.
I thought we'd finish playoffs after
the
first 3 or 4 games. I thought we were absolutely getting relegated, and there's absolutely no chance, not even like fighting it. We were just stone cold gone. All the players looked terrible. You couldn't see, we couldn't defend, we couldn't score goals. I think now, I think we definitely finish in the playoffs. I think there's no doubt we're finishing the playoffs.
We're about in playoffs though, 6th or second.
We finished second. We finished second. Nobody else outside of Fulham has got anywhere near the form that we've got. Everybody else, like Sheffield United, go and get spanked away at, was it Coventry, Luton?
Coventry 4-1, weren't it?
Middlesbrough got spanked at Sheffield United, and then Sheffield United went and got spanked. Luton are on a big good form, but that won't last.
I just can't see Bournemouth losing enough to drop out of it.
Bournemouth have got a tough run of games.
Bournemouth
played about 7 games in the top 6. That's not mathematically possible, but 7 games in the 7 teams out of the top 8 and 9, and us. You know, they've got a tough run, and you know what?
They will drop points.
They will drop points. We've got a good run. Tails are up. I don't think Grabban gets a start, because I think he's behind Davis and Surridge when he's fit again, because they're playing so well.
But if you think about it, right? Don't forget, Grabban is a different type of player to Davis and Surridge.
Yes,
I would bring him off the bench. That's what I would do. Is it given his
age? He does well though. Remember, he scored against
last 25 minutes.
Do you remember he scored against Arsenal? He scored against Millwall coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So
but I think Davis and Surridge and Johnson can score those sort of goals, but Grabban can't affect the play like Davis does. Davis is that he's a bully, and he bullies defenders, and he's got skill, and he's got pace. Like some of those turns he's done, like in the setting up the goal against Blackburn away, you know, some of others where he's like turning on the halfway line, beating a couple of players. That one he scored against, was it Reading, where he got a brace and he like a couple of players left and forget, curled it in off the post. Phenomenal. And I just remember the miracle of May the 3rd, when we hadn't been in the top 2 all season. We'd given up on the top 2. People were bringing their like 5-year-old kids for their first Forest game when we played Yeovil last game of the season, because it was just going to be a bit of fun before the playoffs come. And the way the results went, if we beat Yeovil and somebody else lost to Colchester, we're up, and we did it. That's what's going to happen, because we don't do Wembley. We don't do New Wembley. We do automatic promotion. That's what's going to happen.
So Max is confident. So you said second, right?
Second
place. Bloody hell. So Max has got another one. Same as Josh as well. Second place. Bloody hell. Josh, Max, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the channel. And I said he's confident.
You Red. We've got the best 3rd shirt of all time.
Yeah, but we're not playing that on Saturday. Just thought I'd tell you that we're not wearing that. That's the sham. That's a bit of a.
We've got the pink one.
In that case, we'll finish 6th.
No, wait. We did back to Swansea on that with that kit. So you
True.
You don't know. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Max, for coming on.
There's
right. Peace and love. Thank you very much. Right. So that's Max. But thank you very much for coming on, Max. I'm just getting for the comments. I'm just looking around before we get the next one in. Shout out for Hadi. Hadi, why are you not? Hadi, come on the link, please. I want you to come on the link, because this guy's a legend. If you want to come on the channel, the link is below. Feel free to come on. It's any voice I can come on. Lee, what do you think of the comments, Lee, so far from everyone?
Yeah, they're pretty spot on, aren't they? Pretty much.
Yeah, everyone's confident. Everyone's confident.
Everyone's on point at the minute, but everyone's got reason to be confident, haven't they? And it's the Cooper effect, isn't it? And the thing is, I'm proud of the players. You've got to give them some credit as well, because they're doing exactly what Cooper wants them to do.
Yeah.
And the fight's there, isn't it?
100%. Right, next one. We've got Jack Grealish. It's coming on. Next one. Mr. Jack Grealish. People give him a stick as well because he is backstage. He is Jack Grealish.
Hi guys, you're all right.
Oh, he's got his hair back.
Yeah, we're back. Got tied back now. I miss it too much. I can't help it.
Adam, how are you feeling being a Forest fan, man?
Over the moon, to be honest with you. Start of the season under Houghton. I've got to put this out to you. That game we played against Middlesbrough. When I was leaving the stadium, I actually shouted on top of my lungs to Chris Houghton. I said to him, excuse my language, you're a fucking disgrace. That's what I said to him. And you know what? He is. You know, he was to us. And I'm probably not the only fan who would say that. I think fans from other clubs would say that as well. So, but I'm over the moon. I'm absolutely over the moon with Cooper. He was in my top 3 of candidates to come to Forest. So yeah. I'm actually over the moon.
Right, let me say something. But because when we approached Chris Houghton, I wanted him as manager because look what history he had with Norwich, Newcastle, and he got the promotion. And then it just didn't work out with Forest at all. And as everyone knows from the vlogs, I was depressed as well watching the football, and I was just getting mad. The Stoke game done me. That Stoke game done me so much, and that's what it is what it is. Right, Adam, what player stood up for you? We can mention so many players, but what player stood up for you?
I'd say I'm going to start off. He's been an unsung hero with Scott McKenna. I've been impressed with him all season, even since Chris Houghton was in charge. He still played all right. He still did his job. Even Ryan Yates did, but he's took it to another level now. He's not passing sideways like it's rugby all the time, and he's getting forward a bit. He's getting more involved, and Cooper's getting that confidence. And even Cooper said at the time, I think when he not long started at Forest as a manager, he said, you know, I want the players to believe in themselves because we've got quality there. It was just we needed the right manager at the right time who's got the right vision. And that's exactly who we've got at the minute, without a shadow of a doubt. So, yeah, like I said, Scott McKenna, Ryan Yates. I'd also say, ever since he's coming on loan, Keenan Davis has impressed me a lot. He reminds me of Mikel Antonio.
Adam, did you want him? Let me ask you, did you want him when he came to Forest?
At first, I've got to be honest with you, I was a bit 50-50 about him, but I like to give new players a chance. I wasn't too optimistic about him, to be honest with you. But ever since he's come in, he's been fantastic. He just reminds me of Mikel Antonio a little bit, you know, because the physicality, the way he can hold off players. I think the last player we had who could kind of do that was Daryl Murphy a little bit because he was that sort of player.
I personally think it was. I don't know if you remember George Boyd. On the Billy Davis.
Yes, George Boyd, yeah.
Because I remember, was it Dexter Blackstock got injured against Cardiff, and we were struggling to get that kind of player that can hold the ball. And George Boyd come in, and I think he was someone like him who did well for Forest. But carry on, Adam. Carry on.
Yeah. I was just actually saying to you about George Boyd. You know, he wasn't as physical as Keenan Davis, but he could hold the ball really well. You know, he's one of those players you look at him and think, oh, hang on a second, he's not going to hold it. You never think in a million years he'd hold off players, but he did. So that's what George Boyd was really good at as well. But other than going back to this now, to this current day, I'd say Sam Surridge has impressed me a lot since he's come in. And I've always rated Sam Surridge because when he was on loan to Swansea about a couple of seasons ago under Cooper, he played really well. He just needed that break. And then when I saw him go to Stoke, I thought Stoke's one of those clubs you got to really hit the ground running because their fans can be a bit like ours at times. They can get on your back. You know, if you're not doing too well or you seem to not doing too well, some of the fans get to be on your back. So for me, it didn't work out for him, and I'm so glad he came here because Cooper knows him well and he can get the best out of it. And so far, he has. when he's had his chances. So I'm really happy altogether with who we've brought in. But for me, it's the standout player for me has been Ryan Yates. Absolutely,
100%.
Ryan Yates.
Before I think I got the name wrong. It's Chris Boyd. Chris Boyd, not
Oh,
George
Chris Boyd. Sorry, yeah.
No, that's
George Boyd didn't make it past the eye test, did it?
No, he didn't know.
He didn't make it.
My bad. Sorry, it was Chris Boyd. I liked him when he comes to Forest. I think he come in.
He was all
I think he's good. I think he's good on Jet Sox Saturday as well. To be fair to him,
He's all right. He's not that. He's all right.
He's interested in
he's all right. He's all right. He's not.
He's all right.
Best, but he's all right.
Last but not least, Adam. I'm gonna say this: where did you think Forest started? Will finish in the league, and now where do you think Forest will be finished?
At the start of the season under Chris Hughton, I've been realistic. I think was going to finish 16th. To be honest with you,
Really?
I thought it was going to be one of those seasons where we might get the odd couple of great results against the teams who are in like the top 6 or just outside the playoffs, and then most of the time we just get beat by the mid-table sides. So up to now, I think we're going to reach 5th. We're going to get in the playoffs and get to the final, and I believe we can win it. No matter who's put against us in the final, whether if it's Luton, Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, or anybody, or even Huddersfield, I still think we're going to win the whole thing. If we get to 5th or you can get in the playoffs, I still think we're going to win the whole thing. And if Grabban comes back, which is likely he's going to be back before the end of the season, and if we do get in the playoffs, we're going to need a striker like him who's got the experience. And I think for me, he's a match winner, and he's proven that already this season. So we need a striker like him with that experience back. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Davies. He's been superb, and Surridge has as well. But with Grabban, he's just got that extra experience, and he's got extra experience when it comes to big games. And when it comes to the final, we need a striker like him because he's a winner. But we'll have to see. But for me, it's going to be 5th. We're going to reach the playoffs.
So Adam says 5th in the league. People in the comments, do you agree with yes or no? Before I get done on, we're talking about Grabban, and I personally think he's going to struggle to start. I think, like I said, he will. I think he's best coming on for like the last 20 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes, because we can't, like, we keep forgetting. Brendan Johnson's been fantastic for us all season. We've not even spoken about him. Brendan Johnson's been fantastic for Forest as well, but you mentioned like McKenna, Ryan Yates, Spence as well. But I don't know, let's say before getting that on, how happy, I think, have you been on since Steve Cooper's come on?
I have, yeah. I came on when we beat, the first time I ever came on was when we beat Birmingham City 3-0 away. I've been on a few times. I've been on after the Leicester game.
People in the comments, what do you think? It's like he's Nottingham Forest Jack Grealish? Because before we leave, I met Adam. I think I was on the bus with my daughter, and I seen him. He said to me, "Oh, you're DoreOnTour." I was like, "Yeah, come on my channel, And I look at him, I'm mates with him, and this is what happens when people come on my channel. Easier now. I think it's the 4th time now as well. So
yeah, I was fourth time the other day when Dylan was on, my cousin, and then I popped on for a few minutes.
I need a bell end as well. Sorry, Dylan, but no, I'm joking, Dylan. I know I'm joking, Dylan. Adam, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure being on.
And hopefully, I can see you at the end of the season. Everyone cheering up, going for promotion.
Yeah, don't worry. I might run on the pitch if by miracle get automatic promotion.
Don't do that. No. Don't do that. No, listen to me. Don't run on the pitch. We know what happened to Billy, my mate Billy. Don't run on the pitch. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming, Adam. And
you're welcome. Peace out. Cheers.
Right. Right. Before we get the main man on, he's a legend. He's got his own YouTube channel as well. We're going to go through the comments. Got some confident people, haven't we, Lee? Confident people. I thought, bloody hell.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? For me, though, the good thing about Grabban coming back, you could really bully teams with having Surridge and Davis on, and Jono, all three of them, going forward, absolutely pulverising teams. And last 20 minutes for a Grabban on. We'll have that option now.
Exactly.
Teams are struggling to mark Davis. Imagine you got Surridge as well. He's a similar type player and he can finish. Teams are going to struggle.
There's 81 people on here. Please, like I said, if I've got 51 likes, if you can get to 50 likes, please do hit the like button. As well, with the Kevin Campbell event, it's soon. It's a month away now, people. It's going to be a fantastic event. The link is below. Make sure you get your ticket as well. And if you can't make it as well, I'm doing a virtual event on my YouTube channel as well. It's not going to be live. It's going to be privately. So if you do want to get a ticket, please link it below and get your tickets. Like I said, it's going to be a fantastic event. But I want you to come. And like I said, me and Lee are going. If people in the comments
as well.
It's for shout as well, people. Comment below. Are you coming to the event? Yes or no? And if you're not, do you want to have a virtual event as well? Because it's going to be a fantastic event.
Darren Fletcher's going to be there as well.
Darren Fletcher is hosting as well, and as well, it's going to be on. Like I said, it's going to be on my channel. DoreOnTour. It's the first time I'm doing something live as well, and like Darren Fletcher's there, and Kevin Campbell was there as well. As well, hit the subscribe button as well, people. Like I say, please do. And if you want to donate as well towards the channel, it's not cheap, so please do hit the like button, subscribe if you know, and like I said, donate towards the channel because, like I said, I've worked hard as well, and like I said, 10 games to go, and so many ups and downs, and it's mad. Right, get the main man on. He's ready to come. He's smiling backstage. I think I might leave him. I might leave him hanging. So leave him hanging. Leave him hanging. This is the. Here he is. Like, what do you want? How you doing, Dan? I can't hear you, Dan. I can't hear you. Yeah, he meant to be the.
That's like Greg's.
I can't hear you, Dan.
Yeah,
I can hear you now. How you doing?
I'm just on my way home.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, as everyone knows. What's he doing? Where are you, Dan?
He's in town, Market Square, I bet.
Market Square, I'm on my way home from my mum's.
Oh, okay. Right, Dan. We won't keep you long. What if you got Steve Cooper?
Oh, awesome. Let me come away from people. But it's been awesome this season. Like, it's just came to the club and just revolutionised the team.
Bloody hell. As everyone knows, this is Dan. Make sure everyone goes subscribe to Dan Talk TV, man. He works hard. Dan, who have you been impressed with so far?
Pardon?
Who have you been impressed with so far?
Ryan Yates, right, shadowed that. I mean, start of the season, everyone was doubting him and all that. But since he came in, it's just been like, Steve Cooper came in, it's just been like a new man. He's playing really well.
So, right, so Dan, last but not least, right, where do you think Forest will finish?
Oh, you know what? I've been listening to Matt and all that. They were saying top 6 and all that. I say top 2. I mean, we did it in League One, so you can't put it past us that we can go top 2.
So Dan, the man, says top 2. He's
top
confident
2,
as well.
Them pretty much.
Dan, get yourself to the pub. Get yourself to the pub, Dan.
You going Blackpool, Dan?
Dan, you going Blackpool?
Pardon?
You going to Blackpool?
No, I'm on my way home. Matt's had better now.
No, are you going Blackpool?
No. I'm at work.
Oh, that is awful. People, subscribe to Talk Forest TV. Like I said, he works hard as well. And please get him. Dan, what are you on subscribe wise?
1,700.
People, get him to 2K. 7 people. Go and subscribe to his channel, man. Yeah, but like I said, but Dan, thank you very much for coming on, Dan.
Thank you.
Right, peace and love, Dan. Legend himself, Dan TV, like live in Market Square. I think was it Market Square?
Yeah, Market Square. Yeah,
he's at Market Square, but he's a legend, Dan. Like people go and support Dan, man. Like I said, he works hard more than me on YouTube. But it's been a pleasure. People, if you want to come on, Like I said, I've got another 5 minutes. If you want to come on the
Who's
channel,
going to Blackpool? Why don't people comment? Who's coming to Blackpool this weekend and
Because-
having a Bevis?
yeah, because Lee's buying all the rounds. Lee's buying all the rounds, people.
I'm not. It's on door. Rich. It's on
Yeah,
door.
yeah, people. Who's coming Blackpool? As well, tomorrow I'm doing the preview show with Lee Charles TV, Blackpool fan as well. So that's me starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow as well. So that's gonna be another exciting as well. And as well, Lee said we're going to Blackpool. We're going there Friday till Sunday. So it's gonna be a fantastic vlog, people. So people, go and subscribe to my channel, please. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 7K by the end of the season, and I said it's completely free. And please do, people. I want trying to get 7K before the season finishes. Right, it's been a fantastic show, hasn't it, Lee?
Yeah, it has. It has. It's nice to hear people's views, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I said people. I think
Positive.
what?
Everyone's positive. It's nice. It's nice to hear.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Like I said, the first 6 games it was depressing, and but now Steve Cooper's come in. Everyone's just buzzing. I mentioned social media as well. And yeah, it's so exciting to be a Forest right now. And like I said, there's 10 cup finals, 10 cup finals, and I can't wait. It's gonna be funny. Right, before we go, like I said, thank you for everyone that has come on the channel today. It's been a pleasure as well. Josh from New Zealand, thank you very much for
work. Well done,
Skype
Josh.
from work for coming on the channel. But like, and as well, everyone who's come on my channel, thank you very much for coming on. I will do this again. If you want to come on my channel and to talk about Forest, I'll do a show on maybe Monday, because the vlog will be out Sunday 10 o'clock. The review show will be out. I'll be out 9 o'clock Sunday as well. Then I'll do like one of these kind of shows on a Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday I'll do another one. So I am keeping busy, and like I said, people, if you want this channel, you want to see all this content, please do subscribe to the channel as well. Someone was coming on, but now they've not.
What about some score predictions for Saturday?
As well, people. What do you think the score predictions would be, people? Comment below. What do you think the score?
Really spoke about Blackpool.
No, that's tomorrow's show. That's tomorrow's show, Lee.
Right, okay.
That's tomorrow's show. Like I said, we've got Lee Charles. He's been on my channel as well, so that's tomorrow's show. Right, people. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for everyone for coming on, Lee. Thank you everyone for coming on as well. Like I said, show some love to Lee as well. Before we're going to see the results, Gary says 3-1 to Forest. Jack Cross says 2-0 Forest. People are confident.
I'll take any of them scores.
I'll take it as well. D Chop says up the trees. My guy says Josh says 5-0 to Forest. Bloody confident. Kev says 3-1 up the Reds. But yeah, people's confident. And like I said, I'm going to Blackpool. We're going on Friday. We'll be there. Like I said, people, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching my channel. If you can, people, do me a massive pleasure. Hit the like button. There's 65 people on. Just hit the like. It's completely free. Subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. And as well, Lee's got a business as well. The link is below. Go on, help support the channel. Lee, before we go talk about it, let's go talk.
Oh, it's just, I teach people in the local communities kickboxing. It's self-defense, really. It's nice to bring a lot of people together from different backgrounds and different abilities, and just get people involved, get people active a little bit. Yeah, it's Golden Gloves Kickboxing. If you want to check us out, it's Golden Gloves kickboxing.co.uk. Feel free to message me or message Dore and he'll pass it on. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come along.
As well, it's Twitter as well. Go and follow me on Twitter as well. And as well,
yeah, there's my Twitter. You can message me on there. It doesn't matter.
As well. And it's good to help out with business as well. But yeah, people, back tomorrow, 9 o'clock with Lee Charles Football. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new people. And like I said, up the Forest, and I'll see you lot soon.
You Reds.